Hello everyone, welcome back to Legends of Podcasting. I'm Stuart.
I'm Ross.
I'm Rob.
And we're back as a threesome, and we're back in one room, and we're here for episode 3. It's like it's all the threes of Moon Knight. So, episode 2 of
3 suits.
I know. Maybe there'll be another one. So yeah, last week's episode of Moon Knight, you guys watched it. I watched it offline. So many questions. I have questions more than anything. I mean, it was a really good episode. Again, really clever. Diving a lot more into sort of Layla, the Mark part. It's quite... So, my brain, there's lots of questions. So, stuff we found out that I've got questions about is that the bad guy, I'm really bad with names, the bad guy who has glass... Let's call him Glass Feet.
Was it Archer?
Arrow.
Arrow, close. Yeah. I knew it was something like that.
Arrow. He was...
a former Avatar.
He was the avatar of...
Khonshu? Yeah.
So I'm really interested about that because the way he was like, he's telling you he was like, he avenges people, right?
Yeah.
He's like, you hear him? That's good. I've even got more questions about who Stephen is now because from what I got from that episode, again, I've never read the comics, so I don't know if they're changing this or whatever. But Mark has obviously been around; he's had a life. Then he died, and then Khonshu brought him back to life to be his avatar.
That or did they say he died outright, or was he just really wounded and he went, "I can save you if you agree to become my..."
Yeah.
Maybe. I thought he said he died, but maybe so. So if that happens, so then Mark goes, right, yeah, great, I'll become an avatar. I'll survive. So then, where is Stephen come from in that? Why is there another personality called Stephen that doesn't know any of this, and that they've kept separate? Because obviously Khonshu can't have created him because Khonshu finds him annoying. He's like, the imbecile's been in charge again. So it's like. So did Mark somehow create him? And then why would he do that? Because even Mark seems to be pissed off by Stephen as well, because Mark just wants to get this job done.
I was thinking about that.
So then he'll be released.
Whether Stephen was a alias that Mark used, but it's become its own personality now that Khonshu's involved.
Because I feel like Mark was a mercenary.
Yeah.
So, like you said, he had a few different different passports for different countries.
Yeah.
To blend in, and this one's just come about.
Because Layla doesn't seem shocked that he's pretending to be someone else. Like she thought it was a joke. Like, stop going. Stop with.
Maybe he pretended to be Stephen quite a few times to get in places and stuff.
And then it's just subconsciously brought it out somehow.
And maybe when he got resurrected or whatever, that part of his brain became real.
Maybe it's weird because it seems like Stephen is in the driving seat quite a lot of the time, and then Mark's like, look, let me take over. Like he's been hiding it from him. I don't understand.
It could also be that maybe Mark, from a kid, has had maybe a slight split personality or a mental disorder, and then when he died or got injured and then got brought back, the magic, whatever it is that that he becomes Moonlight,
I don't know.
Is made it real.
It seems weird that why Mark been like.
We'll get it explained.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm just really curious. I'm just like, okay, because it's saying like now, because every time Mark's in control, Stephen usually doesn't know what's going on, but now in the last episode, right at the end, Stephen was obviously in the mirror and goes, this is what it feels like, kind of thing. So it's something's, even Mark said, something's changed, so that Stephen's now aware of all this going on. I fucking I love the thing about the suit, that was hilarious.
So put the suit on.
Put the suit on! He's
wearing
a suit. You're wearing a suit! And he has the old fisticuffs and stuff.
Well, you want some, do you?
That was really funny. The fact he's sort of super strong and he can actually summon the suit. But only he can see the Jackalee thing, which is quite interesting as well. But yeah, she could, Lady, because she's hit it with a bottle or something. You can sort of see it, so it is there. It's just invisible.
Yeah,
it's quite interesting as well. And also that the fact that Khonshu wants Layla as his next avatar, he's already picked her to be the next Khonshu, which is.
Well, that's what makes me feel like Mark then created Stephen to keep her safe.
Yeah.
Keep him away from her.
Yeah, maybe. But if he did that to keep her safe, why would he be so annoyed with him all the time? But I don't know.
Maybe because he thought he could create him and then he would be able to control him, but he can't.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I think so. We've been seeing up until, like you say, Mark took over last week. We've been seeing the whole thing from Stephen's perspective, so we've been learning as he's going. Now Mark's in control.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see how long he's going to be in control for.
And if we see any flashbacks from Mark's perspective as to what's gone on in his past.
Yes, yeah, definitely. Because I got quite right to go back to. It sounds like when he died or he was badly injured, was in Egypt, near the Khonshu tomb or something. That's why Khonshu came. And right at the end, they show up seeing Egypt in Cairo, don't they, with where the pyramids are. So yeah, they're after trying to stop whatever the other demon is, the bad guy.
Amit, I think. Or, what's
Yeah,
it called?
because he's trying with that gold thing.
The Scarab Compass.
Scarab, thank you. Scarab Compass. He's obviously trying to resurrect her so she can bring down everyone's.
Judge them before they've actually done it.
The other scene is kids.
Yeah, like,
I'm not. You guys are right. You guys are killing kids. It's like, yeah, and then when he got into the car with those two cops, I was like, man, those two are definitely with that guy. And he's just like, what are you doing? Like, before I even saw the tattoos, I was like, dear. Anyway, yeah, no. So it was another really good episode. So I'm very glad I missed it. So I think we should get on and
see what's
the hell's going to happen this time. Guys, before we jump into this third episode of Moon Knight, thank everyone who's been subscribing and support the channel during the show. If you're new to the channel and you're not subscribed, click on the subscribe button. If you've been watching us for ages and you're not a subscriber, shame on you, sir. Shame on you. Click on that subscribe button. Yeah, we will judge you. Conchu will come and judge you. We will have our vengeance. Please, I'll give you 3 seconds to scroll the mouse down. You got that big red button? There you go. Well done. Don't you feel better about yourself now? Exactly. Right, and let's jump into this episode of Moon Knight.
I found him with the Scarab, living 20 minutes from our old place. He's probably going to get himself killed running around Cairo.
Fake passport.
Who does she work for?
It's been 10 years.
I'm not worried you might have heard too many bridges.
Oh no. Is that Turkish Delight?
It's marshmallow.
That's marshmallow. Okay, fine. I thought Turkish Delight.
I don't steal. They've already been stolen. Fine. Take them off the black market and return them to their rightful owners.
Not so innocent anymore, eh? I wonder what your father would think of his little scarab now. Ah, the man indulged you. You think his dig sites were any place for a child? Archaeology. One big mess of obsessive bookworms.
Why has she got Miss Marvel's tattoo on her wrist?
Out of a tripler.
Start coming the desert.
We found shit. Brendan Fraser shows up in Rachel Weisz.
He's wearing glass still in those shoes.
And sand now as well. Just to get into that wound.
Sand, sand. That's what I mean. Sand right into those cuts. Fuck me, that's gonna hurt.
Anakin returning in his suit. Straight down.
Don't touch him, man, he'll kill you.
Yeah.
Book Spectres in Cairo.
It's actually Apocalypse.
That'd be awesome.
I need to talk to that guy. About a big site. I just want to talk to you instead.
You're never gonna find her.
Really? What, the answer? We fight? What are we gonna do?
Actually going to see him fight.
He Will Smith slapped him. Not actually killing him, is he?
Mark.
No, it's because he's got steam in his head. Oh shit.
Oh, you're seeing it from Mark's point of view.
Did he just talk him down?
I think he probably just walked off and left.
Where are you taking me? Well, I said the airport. Wait, stop. Let me talk to you.
Get pissed off with Steven fucking up his players there.
No, no, not the rug.
Don't mirror that.
Stephen can see him again in the mirror.
Where's Cheryl? Tell me.
He's going to cut to him in a pub with them. Something.
That's enough.
You're going to get yourself killed, Stephen.
What the fuck?
Steven, what did you do? I swear that wasn't me. Then who was it?
Oh shit, there's another one.
Take him to the ledge. He's just a kid. He'll talk.
Did he take over and kill him? He doesn't seem like. Anyway, he definitely is a killer.
Where's Harold? Where's Harold?
Fuck me.
Today's Amit.
Damn.
He didn't talk.
I thought he talked.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you, Stephen? Me? You're the one going on a killing spree. I didn't do any of this. I suggest you stop listening to that stupid pigeon.
And the personality version.
Well, if we can't find Harrow's digging crew, we're gonna have to stop them another way. What about the other guys? Are they just gonna stand by and allow somebody to unleash Amit?
The signal for an audience with the gods is to risk their wrath. Anger them enough, and they'll imprison me in stone.
That doesn't sound so bad to me. You have any good ideas?
I have a bad one.
Khonshu!
You're going to put an eclipse.
What are you doing?
Sending the gods a signal they can't ignore.
Wait, why is the movie out of place? Khonshu?
You're getting desperate, old bird.
No matter what happens, keep digging!
You mean no matter what happened, what was he expecting?
Dig up, stupid.
They're gathering their avatars now.
How many are we going to see?
Yes, before a meeting of the Ennead, a portal presents itself.
Where's mine?
Last time I spoke for the gods, they banished me. Our case against Harrow must be indisputable.
Aren't you coming with?
Oh, I'll be there.
He says walking.
Pussy. Stephen has to talk to him.
I can't believe it. We're inside the Great Pyramid again, so...
I feel like Stephen might be the best one to talk to.
Yeah.
Khonshu's theatrics are unparalleled.
And who are you?
I'm Yatsil, Avatar of Hathor.
Cool.
Surely Khonshu mentioned her.
Other gods aren't really his favorite topic.
She says it was not so long ago Khonshu enjoyed Hathor's melodies.
As far as I know, the only melody Khonshu enjoys is the sound of pain.
It's really cool.
So they're all at one with their avatar, with their gods, and he's fighting against.
Has Khonshu told you how this works?
Not really.
I try not to fight it. In attendance, Horus,
They're all talk through them, right?
Deathnut, Osiris, and Hathor to hear the account of Khonshu.
You've been banished once for nearly exposing us, but manipulate the sky again, and we will imprison you.
Spare me your self-righteous threats! I was banished for not abandoning humanity.
We have not abandoned humanity. They abandoned us.
Avatars are not enough! We need the might of gods! Return from the opulence of the overboard before you lose this realm!
The avatars that remain here are simply meant to observe.
We will decide our best course of action.
I call for judgment against Arthur Harrow! Conspiracy to release Amit!
That is a heavy accusation. Let us summon the accused.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Purposes of our meeting must be nefarious.
You know exactly why we are here!
I must admit I do not miss the sound of that voice. Do you not seek to release Amit from her tomb?
Khonshu has searched for Amit's tomb since he ensnared me to his service. His vision is obscured by jealousy.
He's a deceiver!
Khonshu is unhinged, servant, unwell. This is a man who literally does not know his own name.
Liar!
I've seen him speak to himself.
Shut up!
Insane.
We will not tolerate violence in this chamber.
This is a deeply troubled man. Khonshu is taking advantage of him the same way that he abused me. Take action now before it's too late.
Let us speak to Mark Spector.
He was actually putting up a good case
Are you
there.
unwell?
I need help.
This is a safe space for you to tell us if you feel exploited.
I'm not the one on trial here! He is! This is about how dangerous he is if you would just listen for a second.
He has committed no offense. This matter is concluded.
Wow. That was easily.
Well, the people he's been killing.
Yeah, exactly. Sure, because they don't care, they don't watch. They literally don't care, do they?
She does.
There is another way. Amit was buried in secret, the location hidden even from the gods. One man, a Magi named Senfu, was tasked with recording the location of the tomb in case the gods ever changed their minds. Find Senfu's sarcophagus and you'll find your tomb. His sarcophagus was stolen and sold on the black market.
But you knew somebody that was trading in black market goods.
Perfect one, sir! I'm looking for Senfu's sarcophagus.
Senfu?
I hope you like attention. Right guy, right place, but you're not Egyptian.
So what are you doing here?
Come with me. I'll help you find what you need.
So what exactly are you going to do here?
It's not pleasant being left in the dark, is it?
I get that you're not happy about me leaving so quickly.
But is that your apology? Just so you know, I'm not here to help you. I'm here for me and for everyone else who would die if Harris succeeds.
I am sorry.
Very Moon Knight necklace, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whatever that's worth. So this Mogart guy, he's really gonna have this sarcophagus?
Mogart's collection is prime gossip for those of us who deal in antiquities.
Yeah, right on the boat.
It's a rubbish Hitler vision.
Jesus.
It's a wedding.
She's going to ask about Stephen.
I could have told me about Stephen.
For what it's worth, I had her under control until very recently.
We could have handled it together.
That's not really what I do, is it? Let's get our story straight.
She might get into Bad Boys too.
Yes.
Got a lot of friends.
With a lot of guns.
Big old party girl.
What is that? Harris men keeping tabs. Remember,
Who are
my
they?
name is Regina Starr.
They're doing the Stephen like the most annoying moment, isn't he? It's the worst jousting ever.
It's been a while.
He's looking forward to seeing you. Excuse me for a moment. Mr. Mogan will leave you shortly.
He's not one to have a shirt up, hasn't he?
Put that on the mark in his backyard for fun. I like the robe.
Ayla, such a delight to see you. How have you been?
Mirror in the background.
Thank you for having us over
Yeah.
on such short notice. This is my husband, Rufino.
Did you? I hope you understand this is more than a collection. Preserving history is a responsibility I take very seriously. Now, if I may ask, why such interest in Sinful? I'd like to hear from your husband.
Stephen, take over. Come on, Stephen.
I think I just forgot to take a look. Feel free. Great.
Yeah, let Stephen out before you blow this.
Alright, what do you see?
Why they want to let Stephen out? Just because he doesn't.
He'll understand what's going on.
Yeah.
All I'm seeing is literature to guide the dead.
It's coded. Will you keep him in there? I gotta talk to him. Steve, just keep him occupied. What now? What now? What now is you give me the body and you piss off.
He just needs a couple of minutes in there alone.
He's bad.
Fine, have it your way. Alright, check the cartonnage. I'll take that first piece and fold it over the middle piece. Like this? Yeah. Now, if you match those stars up all together, it should make a star. Hey, what are you doing?
Nice.
Do you really think I'm an idiot? Get on your knees.
Anton, stop!
Get on your knees! I was so ready to make peace with you.
We're trying to save many lives.
Take a look inside the sarcophagus. Something really, really big.
It appears we have a concerned third party, yeah?
Whatever they've told you, I'm sure I can offer you something much more tangible. Why settle for a clue when you can have the treasure?
He's gonna kill millions, trust me!
Please, there's no need to descend to violence. You keep thinking that distance prevent the wounds from your father's murder from reopening. Your husband doesn't tell you the truth. And Mark, you don't tell her because you know that if you do, she'll see you exactly as you see yourself.
The lore surrounding these relics, I offer proof that
This sarcophagus doesn't belong to anyone.
Do it. Follow suit. Give them what they deserve.
these
What are you waiting for?
Wake up the mummy?
It's just a taste of the godly power.
Oh wow, he's destroyed it.
We need that beetle. Let's go.
Where is it?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yes. Come on, net.
Oh, it's fine in the back.
Random bullshit. Go.
Oh, he's run through it. Love it. Shit.
Stop it! Stop it!
You alright? Alright, time out! That's it, time out! Let's all just like chill the F out and talk for a second. Take what you want.
That's actually a weapon. Isn't it? Ow. Yep.
You can see why he wants her as her avatar.
Yeah.
You're going to transfer the suit.
Is that still Mark or is that someone else now? Oof. Nice.
You okay?
Yeah, we need a car.
Yeah, come on.
Take Todd, Mark Spector.
Ominous.
Yeah.
Because he wants Layla.
What was Harold talking about? He said I had a right to know.
I have no idea. I don't know. He's just trying to mess with you, He's trying to get in your mind. 'Cause, he's got this idea that he can see true nature of people. If that were true, I don't think he'd have a bunch of homicidal maniacs as his disciples, would he?
I've spotted them.
Try that.
Maybe actually.
I'm not getting any whole constellations. It's just little pieces, and it's gonna take forever.
We need Stephen. He understands all of this. I really think it's worth giving him a shot.
I summon the gods, you summon the worm. He won't return the body.
Let go! I don't have time! What are you doing?
Alright, go ahead, you're in. Cheers, thanks a lot.
Well, that was good. That was well good acting. Oh, on sand, that's not gonna work.
Stephen?
Egyptians invented modern navigation. There's not a lot of landmarks in the desert. They came up with a way to get back using the sun and the stars.
Oh, she's gonna fall in love with Stephen.
So what do we do then?
We throw it in the Arctic.
Put it on a shield and
You see that? That's a constellation.
We should be able to triangulate the stars into coordinates.
Actually,
Not working.
Senfu marked that tomb 2,000 years ago. So unless we know exactly what the sky looked like on that day, we're buggered.
I remember that night.
I was going to say, you should have Khonshu would.
I remember every night. I can turn back the night sky. It will come at a cost. Stephen, when the gods imprison me, tell Mark to free me. Do what I do.
oh shit, that's cool.
Yeah, that's going to piss off some gods. Superman's like, damn, it was that easy?
This is the night.
You brought this upon yourself, Khonshu.
Well, they're gonna imprison him.
Yeah, prison him in stone.
How are they gonna free him?
I don't know how much longer I can do this.
Damn. Good job, he's kind of got a costume already.
Mark!
So if you brought him back from the dead, is it power to keep him alive is gone?
You were right about Khonshu. He left us no choice.
That's it, he's working with him.
He's tethered to this place.
Monologue the shit out of this.
Time for an evil villain speech with a moustache twirl.
God, the noise of glass in his shoes every time he walks.
I enjoyed dealing out pain on your behalf. That is the greatest sin I carry. Had you not broken me so completely, I might never have known the value of healing.
Break it.
I'm going to do what you could not. I owe my victory to you.
Damn.
Well, that's picking up speed.
Yeah. 4 minutes. Nothing at the end, is there? 4 minutes.
No, it's always like that long.
It's a hell of a lot of credits.
Yeah.
Hell of a big show. Interesting.
So do you think he's dead and the healing power's gone from him? Or?
What, Mark?
Yeah.
No, well, I know, because Khonshu said to Stephen, get Mark to rescue me, so...
Yeah, but maybe because Stephen isn't really him. He's only alive when Khonshu's in him. That's why he's passed out. And he has to have Mark to take over because Mark's the actual body. he's only there because Khonshu's in him.
I don't.
It's just weird that he's passed out.
Well, maybe because of the shock of all the power going out of him,
Maybe
because he was straining for ages. But I kind of there was a moment when they were on the boat together, and she said about why didn't you tell me about Stephen? He goes, "Oh, I had it under control for a long time." So I kind of feel maybe
he's had it since a kid.
He's always been a split personality.
Because that leads on to the question of was there a third personality? Because neither on the rooftop, neither Stephen nor Mark were the ones that they took out like thugs. So.
Yeah. I'm kind of, there must be because they say like they both thought the other one had done it, and Country can't take over, can he? Because otherwise he'd do it all the time.
And it's like, Stephen, what have you done? I didn't do anything.
Yeah, exactly. So I was cool seeing it from the other way this time, like seeing like Mark trying to do something. Suddenly he's in a cab. He's like, "Oh, what the hell am I?"
In the middle of a fight, and suddenly he wakes up in a taxi cab. It's like, oh, this must be what it's like.
Yeah.
It's just.
And that one moment when he took the mirror from the car and he sat down, he goes, "Right, it's your turn," and he didn't. Just Oscar Isaac acting. Changing the personality was so clever.
Is that because that was the first time he's actually allowed him in, whereas they've always forced each other out?
I think so, yeah. Well, obviously, usually Stephen lets Mark in, doesn't he, when he's like in trouble? Yes, but that's the other way.
They're in a fight in the sand arena, and he's like, time out, and just gets stabbed. No, take the body back.
Stay back, it's alright. Yeah. the Stephen's suit is just always going to be that suit now, so it can never just be the robes. Genius. I'm quite interested that he's like the head of the gods, like that guy in the suit. Whether
I don't think he's
that guy had already had words with him, because they seem to be very quick on like disregarding everything he's saying. He's like, he's digging her up in the sand. No, he's not. He's like, no, you can literally go and check. No, definitely not happening.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if he's working with him, then it makes sense. But if not, that was quite weak writing, in my opinion.
Yeah, or he's already, because he said like you were right.
But was that because what he said in that council meeting?
Yeah, or was he?
Or was he? If he's working with him the whole time, it makes more sense.
He's either worked with him, or he's already fed them information.
But also the way that he was able to play it, because he's obviously being Khonshu's former host, he knows about the council and how it works, and obviously the other gods. But when the other gods were in charge of avatars, they were speaking normally, and Khonshu's like, "This man is insane!" Like, you're not exactly putting the greatest case on me, so maybe even the gods see Khonshu as a wild card.
Well, she did say that it's going to feel weird. You got to you got to embrace it. So he was obviously fighting it a little.
Or he just didn't know what was going on.
Yeah,
no, he's very good with his words. The bad guy of just twisting people around. So,
but it's like, wherever you just pulled him from. Into the pyramid. It's like, well, go back to where he came from. You can see him digging a hole.
Exactly. Well, maybe the gods don't even know where she's buried. But like, in fact, I'm just in Cairo digging around. No particular reason. It's like, the fact that none of the gods
questioned it.
Yeah, that they don't. They obviously don't keep an eye on humanity. They just let humanity get on with it. The fact
that, like the Immortals, Eternals.
Yeah, a little bit, I guess.
Well, they seem to have that chip on their shoulder about, he's like, I didn't abandon humankind, I stayed around to mete out justice. And they're like, no, humans abandoned us. So when obviously the Egyptian pantheon died out and they stayed around, but not.
But if this other god is such a threat, that if.
And they banished her.
Yeah,
nobody knows her location.
Country's like, look, this guy's trying to dig her up. The fact they didn't even question it and be like, maybe we should just maybe look into it for 5 seconds. Seems a bit weird.
Yeah, it was kind of like, it was just the way it was played out was for the plot.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense, really.
No, again, unless that guy had spoken to the guy.
Yeah, unless he was.
And he already was like, we're just going to disregard this really quickly and move on. Because he seems to.
But it's like, why would he be on his side to let her out if she's that much of a threat?
Unless he was just telling him that Khonshu's gone crazy again, not to listen to him. I don't know. I really don't know. He's a bit strange.
Because it's like when Mark's on the floor and he's like just about to explain.
Yeah.
He just doesn't say anything. It's like, well, if you'd said everything right now, obviously this wouldn't happen. But it's for the plot. But it could have been written a bit better. But
well, I mean, at least Hathor seems to want to help him. Being the goddess of love, she...
Yeah. She also gave him a clue. I'm quite interested about what Layla's backstory is, because she said something like, why people in Cairo hate me and stuff. Well, what did she do to
father got killed.
Yeah.
And it seems like Mark's got something to do with that, from the way that the guy was...
But he was an archaeologist as well, right? So maybe he found Khonshu, and Khonshu, he died because of Khonshu in some way?
Maybe they both got attacked or something, and Khonshu decided to save him rather than her dad.
Yeah, maybe,
And he kind of feels a bit guilty about that, maybe?
Maybe. But it's just, it seems like whatever she's done since then that makes the people of Cairo hate her.
It seems like she deals quite a bit in black market antiques.
But the fact that the guy wasn't scared, because I thought the guy he was getting a drink from was scared because he said that word. It's because Layla was walking up and oh, fuck that woman, I'm getting back in the fuck off. She tips really bad. No, I don't know. So,
well, she said to the forger at the start she hasn't been back to Egypt in 10 years due to bad blood.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm quite curious what that bad blood is. And that guy who had the massive collection as well, again, I don't know if it was just weird writing or just I didn't get it, but I thought he'd be a lot more pissed off that you just destroyed a massive part of his collection just by proving that these powers exist. I'd be like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but
what the fuck you done to her too, man?
He's looking for trying to find the powers, and he sees that the cane actually working and blow it up.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's like,
I suppose
everything I believed in is true.
Yeah,
that might be how you get people into your cult. You know, next time you see him, he's gonna have a tattoo. You know, well, he did get a moonlight disc in the back, but whether he's dead or not, I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It's like, hey, come join my cult. God's religion. Hey, look at this power. Okay, yeah, you're real.
Yeah. True. Yeah, he just I don't know how he knows where. I guess it's because he has so many people following them. Maybe he just knows where they are at all times.
Yeah.
He always just shows up all the time.
That camera angle of like when Mark's walking around the streets and it's sort of like looking at and following. He's obviously got from. I think that's from the perspective.
Yeah, I thought that was later originally, but it was obviously maybe it's because I say they were following him in the car as well, weren't they? So, and they knew that he was in Cairo, so those the two cops told him. So obviously he's being followed all times.
It's like, you want to take a week's leave from the force? What are you going to do? I'm going in the sand in Egypt.
We're going together. What? It's an undercover job. I mean, even if they are even cops, man. In the last episode, I didn't even believe they were cops. They were so blasé about it. I wonder if we're going to get some more flashbacks of information about the bad guy and when he was, or what he was like before Khonshu came along, because he seems to be like, he's like, all that vengeance you made me do, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's like he's missing the power, that's why he's looking for the new one.
Yeah. And, so I'm quite curious on that. And how you break Khonshu out, you just smash the statue? Because I kind of thinking he was going to smash the statue so the Khonshu would die, but maybe if you smash the statue, he gets released. So he's stuck, so that's why he won't do that.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if it's Mark goes in there and gets him out, or they show the other gods that they were telling the truth, and you need Khonshu to come out because you guys aren't going to do anything.
Yeah,
I'm the only one that's going to do anything. Let me out. I can see that being the way they do it.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Because technically, does Mark want Khonshu back? He's got got his life back now.
Unless he's dead or like his life is tied to Khonshu somehow now.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of. Because otherwise, Mark would be quite. I mean, obviously, other than this other god coming out and killing everyone, but maybe he could stop him. Maybe he can think he can stop him without Khonshu. You're kind of free because the only reason you're doing all this stuff is because of him. So I don't know. Interesting. I kind of think Mark knows what's changed between him and Stephen as well. Why Stephen's more there more as well, because he goes something changed. He kind of the way he said it made me think he knows why.
Is it since Khonshu took over, or is it something else?
Yeah, maybe since he died, maybe, or got injured and Khonshu came out.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, was he married to Layla for a long time? Then Khonshu came in his life, or has he been in for ages and then he died?
I don't know. She seems to know about the suit and everything, so it seems to be not a new thing to her.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's weird.
The fact that she said when Stephen phoned her for the first time to phone, she said it's been 6 months or something to that effect.
Yeah, a few months. Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah. It's interesting. Is it because of it become Moon Knight? That's why Stephen is sort of stronger, or is it something else?
And who's that other personality as well? That's obviously just a killing machine. That'd be interesting to see if we see who that is during the show as well.
Because I know some of our commenters said last week that there's more than one in the comics. There's like more than two personalities.
Yeah.
In him.
I feel like Crazy Jane, just loads of them. Loads of them. So, man, interesting. I really enjoyed it. It was great. It's a very interesting show for the moment. Lots of questions. So everyone, that was episode 3 of Moon Knight. What do you think about it? Come below, let us know. Where do you think the story is going to go? How do you think they're going to get Khonshu back? Is Mark now free of Khonshu? So many questions. Love to hear your thoughts on it. If you want to watch the full episode of this show, come over to our Patreon. You can sign up, get the full reaction of this episode, the rest of the series, and all the other shows reacted. If you're watching this right now and you're not subscribed, I'll give you 5 seconds to go down. Roll that bell down. Love it. Click on that big red subscribe button. It makes a massive, I know it's like 5 seconds of your life, it makes a massive difference to us with the amount of subscribers and support we can get. We're trying to grow this channel as much as we can, and the way we can do that is with your help. So please click that subscribe button. We're also on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Links are in the description below. And we also do podcasts, so when you listen to podcasts, type in Legend Podcasting, and we'll see you for the next episode of Moon Knight. Awesome food, because I'm starving.